First, I would like to say despair is a perfectly natural response to the state of our world right now. So I don't want to shortchange what I think all of us feel from time to time, or maybe even every day. But I do think that to stay in that despair and to kind of take the attitude that, well, there's nothing I can do, it's too late, it doesn't matter, I think that position is both privileged and arrogant especially for people with intellectual and material resources. I say privileged because frontline communities, people like farmers who are, trying to plant crops when the rains are shorter or maybe even non-existent that year, forest communities who are watching their homes literally being cut down and destroyed in front of their very eyes. They have no choice but to take action every single day because their lives and their livelihoods really depend on it. And I say arrogant, I mean, I don't want to say that in a chastising way, but I think it's maybe a little bit arrogant to make the assumption that we can even know what the outcome of our efforts will be. The outcome might not be immediate. It could take a couple of generations to really see the efforts of what we are all here to do today. And I like to kind of refer to this anecdote that the very wise spiritual ecologist, Dr. Joanna Macy, once shared, which is that if you have a loved one who is in the hospital with a life-threatening illness, you don't base your decision on whether to run to their side on their chances of surviving. You just go because you love them. And, within all of the care and the attention that you give to your loved one, I think you're going to find yourself in a place of grief and uncertainty and pain, but we have to remember that grief is a measure of our love, and if we try to kind of suppress the grief that we may be feeling now, the grief about dying species or human suffering or dying ecosystems, then we're kind of cutting ourselves off from this very deep wellspring of love that we need to power and sustain our actions. And so at this point, I've really come to believe that hope is not something that we have. It's something that we do when we really live in that place where we're fully in touch with both our grief and our love.